How much can I flex on my followers to make them want to be like me? Because if people want to be like you, they will do what you do. Alrighty, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Today's video, I am excited to talk about it. Before we get into it, I want to say, if you like this lovely chat right here and you're like, wow, that would be really fun to join and I can say hi to YouTube before these videos go up, I would love to have you. We have a great time here. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you can join us and say whatever you'd like in the chat. If it's too crazy, you'll get blocked, but you know, it's fine. But I would love to have you if you want to do that. But so today's video, we are going to be talking about fitness influencers and the kind of the dark side or the negatives about that. Now, today's video that we're going to be going over is from my friend. Her name is Manders. Her channel is called Simply Manders. Now, I want all of y'all that are watching this video right now to go subscribe to Simply Mander, all right? Normally I want to do that, but she is very close to 100,000 subscribers, and I'm trying to get her a plaque, all right? We're trying to get her a plaque. You can wait until the end of this video. I think she will earn your sub. But I'm just saying, you know, we try to support our friends here, all right? But so Simply Mander, she made this video, I've already seen it, where she talks about fitness influencers and kind of the problems. She goes over a few things, and there are ways that I wanted to kind of relate this to what I do, especially when it comes to the weight loss space, all right? So let's get into it.
So this video is making me a little nervous, and the reason is
Look at the dog, all right? Just wanted everyone to make sure they saw the dog, alrighty?
I don't typically ever do videos like this. I try to help you guys out as much as possible when it comes to being an informed consumer. And I have not been in the fitness industry for as long as some people, but there are just some things about the fitness industry that just drive me bonkers, okay? And I know people are gonna be like, well, if you hate it so much, then just leave, just get out of the fitness industry, stop complaining. Okay, but
that's such a dumb, criticism, because it's like, just basically what that person is technically saying is like, just let me get scammed, okay? Just let me get scammed. I don't want you to tell me about anyone scamming me. Jeez, you're being mean by calling out people doing really nefarious and terrible things and making people freaking spend money that they don't need to spend, okay? Jeez, why are you being so mean? What?
True, I hear you, but I also think that some of these things I'm going to talk about prey on beginners, and I just don't like seeing that happen. I don't like seeing people get fear-mongered. I don't like people just falling for things that they don't have to because they are beginners. And so if you take away anything from this video, please let it be that I am not trying to shit on the entire fitness community as a whole, but rather I just want to have people be more informed about certain things when they are just embarking on their fitness journey, because
Yeah, and I agree. That's why a lot of the stuff that I talk about is I especially, like, to relate it to me, right? Especially when it comes to weight loss, the weight loss space, there are so many people that are coming into this space that are very, very naive, for lack of a better term, and they will be tricked by someone. It happens all the time. They will be tricked by someone. So if they instead find my content and I can inform them before that happens, I've done my job. And I'm sure that's what Manners is going to speak about as well.
Number one, it's overwhelming. Number two, you sometimes don't know who to believe. And number three, social media is just like, it's all there is these days. And it is June, so happy Pride Month to my fellow
And the thing that's really sad is because with social media, I'm going to be pausing this a lot, so pause champ. This is what we're going to do, all right? But the thing that's really sad about social media, especially now, is that especially now that we're dealing with this, pandemic and stuff, more and more people are following other people on social media. People just listen. And I'm not saying this is a good thing. It shouldn't happen, but sadly, it's the truth. The more followers someone has, the more trust people are willing to put in that person, which obviously leads to some really bad stuff.
LGBTQ community, I love you guys so much. If you have been around on some form of my social media for years. My first YouTube channel ever was No Hate, Just Love. And we made videos in the LGBTQ community on Tumblr. Okay, like, so I love you guys so much. As I was in the middle of making this video.
Shout out to LGBTQ plus. All right, we love you, and we're here for you. Happy Pride Month, alrighty?
Video discussing Balance Athletica. They of course posted something trying to profit off of LGBTQ, and people are mad about it. And they are asking if you have any queer or trans leaders, do you have any affiliates of the LGBT community? Do you have any trans athletes? Noticed you were using bi women with the X for the E. Oh my gosh, people are so mad about this. I don't blame them. I don't blame you guys at all for this. This is actually like really crazy that just happened right when I was filming this video. Anyways.
The laugh. Oh man, Balance. We have some more stuff to talk about. She goes into it a little bit more, so we'll go into that later. But I have more to say about that, don't you worry.
I'm just gonna let the camera roll. I'm gonna talk about some things that really drive me crazy, and just, buckle up, because I don't know what I'm gonna say. So one of the biggest changes that I've seen happen in the fitness industry over the years is obviously the growth of social media, which, can have its perks, but what I have found is it allows, just regular fitness enthusiasts to grow a following and then capitalize on it. Again, not trying to hate on people for making a living, we all have to pay our bills. But what I have seen more so is people who are not qualified to give certain advice, and they try to proclaim to be some type of specialist for lack.
So what she, I'm sorry, wait, let me not, okay, that was a terrible pause spot. What she talks about here, this is something that happens especially in the weight loss space, like so often, and you might hear what I'm about to say and apply it to me, and what I have to say about that is please do, alrighty? Please apply this to me, okay? So people that will lose weight will all of a sudden now claim or make it seem that they are an expert on all things weight loss. I'm sorry, but that's just not true. Like, if you've lost 200 pounds, that's great, and I'm very happy for you, but that does not mean that you are an expert and you should tell people what to do. And you might hear that and think, well, you tell people what to do. I don't tell people exactly what to do. I give them advice and I tell them this is what worked for me, but I'm not going to sit here and say you need to do XYZ thing. This is the only way to do it. And I'm definitely not profiting off of that, right? That's the biggest difference, in my opinion. You can disagree with me, and that's fine, but you see it so much, especially in the weight loss space, but also just in fitness in general.
Better terms, because of something that's happened to them. So an example of this would be like someone who did CrossFit for a while and then claimed that CrossFit ruined their hormones, and CrossFit is just bad for your hormones, fear-mongering people into basically avoiding CrossFit because it's bad for your hormones, and then transitioning their content into hormone-specific advice, female-specific advice, talking about things that are really just out of their scope and making money off of that. I have seen this happen so often, whether it be from something like that or somebody who just gets pregnant and then decides to write a pregnancy fitness ebook.
There's always something that the fitness industry kind of latches onto, especially if it's something that's not super well known. That people, you'll see it in this fitness space, is like something it might be, for a while it was like CBD oil. Remember CBD? It's still kind of everywhere, but for a while it was like literally every ailment you can think of, CBD oil will help it, and every influencer was pushing it a lot. Like this, there's always something, and it seems like hormones, especially in the CrossFit space, which I've seen for women, is the thing that's getting pushed a lot right now.
And now I'm not saying everyone that does that is not qualified. There are some people who have chosen the route to get certified or qualified in certain topics, but I'm kind of just speaking on the generals right now, and the things that I've seen in people who I know with 100% certainty are not qualified to give such advice. So anyways, they're utilizing their following to kind of fearmonger in the sense of the hormone specialist side of things, right? Because now as a beginner, you're watching this person who is claiming that CrossFit destroyed their hormones, and these are things that you need to do to balance your hormones. These are things that are bad for your hormones. And as a beginner, like I said, it's overwhelming, and you're like, oh my gosh, CrossFit ruined this person's hormones. Maybe CrossFit's ruining my hormones. And you kind of become like, what do they call that term? Confirmation bias, where like, let's say you were feeling really run down or something, and you kind of mold into what you're viewing. As much as
And also, as someone that has, you know, quite a bit of followers, I see why this definitely becomes a problem, because I don't care who you are, like getting a lot of followers, if you're coming from an average Joe, right? And you just somehow get a lot of followers for whatever reason, and you're not like in a good spot mentally, not even if you're not in a good spot mentally, just in general, dog, that messes with your head. A lot of people become very full of themselves, and they believe everything they say. What does the Outcast say? You know, believe your poop doesn't stink. Like that becomes a thing for a lot of people. You're like, man, I have 500,000 people that are following me. Obviously, I'm doing something right. So you start to believe the BS that you start saying. And that's when it becomes really dangerous, because it's not even like you believe what you're saying. You're not even like, I think I'm scamming people. You're like, no, I'm not scamming people. This is true.
I hate the term perception is reality. To an extent, there is some truth to that, especially in the fitness industry, because everything that you're seeing online is only what even, you know, myself as a creator wants you to see. I think over the years, it's caused a serious gain for people who are fitness enthusiasts that have grown a following, but it's also hurt the people who are new to fitness, don't know a lot about fitness or health in general, and there's just a lot of conflicting information. Then you add in on top of it people that are sponsored, ads, things like that, pushing products such as hormone balancing products, fat blasters, carb ease is one I've seen.
Fat blasters, dude, the fat blaster 3000, you don't think that works? What are you talking about?
I kind of feel like the waist trainers are on the dying out side, which I'm like, thank the Lord, because please just do not, we're not even gonna get into that, just don't use waist trainers, okay? The sweatbands, all of that stuff. But what happens is, because these companies are trying to...
The thing that's crazy though is everything that she brought up, I agree with. But if you bring it up, which she's talked about at the beginning of the video, people will call you negative, and they'll call you mean, and they'll call you like a hater, and and it's so frustrating. It's like, dude, I am just trying to protect you and other people, and then people will be like, you're just a hater, you're mad that someone else is making money, and it's like some people want to be scammed. It's like they need to wear a shirt that says "Scam Me Daddy" on it. All right? Scam me daddy. And then they can go follow those people, and we just won't deal with them.
To prey on those uninformed consumers, they're utilizing the people with large followings that can capitalize on it to push those things onto their followers. Unfortunately, people are trusting the people that they follow, in my opinion, way more than they should. And this is coming from someone with a following, but that's because I want you guys to challenge the people that you're following.
Dude, this is so true. And I know I'm going off on a tangent now, but just bear with me, all right? This is just the way that I am. The amount, I do Q&As on Instagram too much, okay? I do it too much. I know I do it too much. I shouldn't do them as much as I do, but I enjoy them. Some of the questions that people ask me in these Q&As, a lot of times I answer, I'm just like, I don't know. I can't give you an answer to this. People will, again, like I've said, they will see the amount of followers that you have, and they automatically think that you have all the answers. Dude, I don't know. Most of the questions I get, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just a dumb guy who has followers for whatever reason, man. I don't know. But the thing that's sad is that most people won't do that, because they think their stuff doesn't stink. They think I got all these followers for a reason because I'm God's gift to the earth. Obviously, I was chosen to answer all of these questions and lead my sheep to the promised land. Y'all, if you follow me, you're not going to the promised land. You're going to the anxiety land because your boy has it, all right? You don't want to follow me. You don't.
And ask yourself even like, why do I trust what this person is saying? Are they truly qualified to give this advice? In this video, this is just my opinion. I'm just telling you what I think. But in terms of things like hormone balancing, there is no product on earth. And even so, what does that even mean? Like First Form's product that's like hormone balancing, I think Alani Nu has one too or something like that. What, like if you reached out to that company and asked them, number one, are your supplements third-party tested? I talked about this on my Instagram not too long ago. A lot of people had no idea what third-party testing is. And since we're on this topic, let's just go ahead and dive on into that real quick. A lot of these brands that are created by fitness people that just, you know, like I said, girl following, bam, they want to capitalize on it because they can sell something to a large quantity of people and make money off of it. They don't have to get their supplements third-party tested. No supplement has to be third-party tested because supplements, the supplement industry, is not regulated by the FDA. What does that mean? That means that any company can literally slap a label on something, claim that it has this amount of X, Y, and Z on the label, and it can be grossly inaccurate, and you would have no idea. This has been...
And this is very true. And I'm not trying to plug or anything like that, but that's why I like being with BPN. If you don't know, I'm sponsored by BPN. And they go through a lot of third-party testing, again, completely by their choice. They don't have to do that, but it's something that's important to them. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, you got to be careful about the supplements that you take. You really, really do.
Something that happens so often that people don't know about it. The Lenny's and Larry's debacle is always something that I really enjoy discussing just because that just brings me back to my very beginning fitness journey days. They were in a lawsuit for having misinformation on their nutrition labels. There has been...
Y'all, okay. I just, for some of y'all that don't know about the Lenny and Larry situation, it is crazy, all right? Like they were these cookies that claimed to have like a ton of protein in them, and then it came out that they like had twice as many calories that they labeled as, and they had like half the amount of protein. So they were selling like a protein cookie that was a ton of calories, and it wasn't protein. It was just a cookie. But they said, oh, it's protein. It's a protein cookie. When it wasn't. Dude, that was wild. I remember that going on.
In a company as of, I think it was March or May 2020, First Form was sued for having super high levels of lead in their products. And when they got tested, there's like a whole thing. If you search, I think it was in California. If you search it.
Well, the thing with First Form, if you guys don't know, because, you know, I want to be honest here. Maybe Manders didn't know this when she was filming the video. So maybe I can help kind of educate. So the thing with First Form, the reason that they had so much lead in them was actually they were kind of like testing something out. And what they were trying to do was actually create like mutants and superhumans. So the more lead that you take in, they were hoping that they would give them some sort of like superpower. It didn't seem like it worked, but that was kind of the reason they did that. So just so you guys know.
You'll be able to see the exact document that I'm referring to. I don't know off the top of my head, but there are companies that do not third-party test their products. And this is just something that not a lot of beginners know. And maybe not even beginners, just people in general. And I think this is an important thing to discuss because this is stuff that we're putting in our bodies. And going back to the hormone balancing thing, when you think about that, like if you break it down, what hormones? Like, there are so many hormones in the human body. What in the hell does it mean when it says a hormone balancing supplement?
It's balancing the hormones. Hello. Duh. She obviously doesn't know very much.
And I had one of my clients recently bring a hormone balancing supplement to her doctor. And the doctor was like, I literally have no idea what this is claiming to do and what these ingredients are. Granted, that's just one doctor, but I mean, that's eye-opening. We are trusting these people because they're athletes or they're affiliates or whatever, ambassadors are promoting that they take these products and we don't really know what's in them. Now, this is not all the time, but this is something that happens quite frequently, especially if you follow the same type of people. Like if you are in the CrossFit realm, you'll probably get more supplements that a lot of CrossFit people take. Whereas like if you kind of go more towards the bodybuilding side of things, you will see some supplements that bodybuilders take, and same with powerlifters. I do think that's kind of interesting just because like I am curious as to why those supplement companies are so attached to certain types of fitness. It could just be my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But I do feel like beginners are so, or again, not even beginners, but just people who don't know a lot about fitness and health in general. They're so quick to jump on the next trend, the next.
I mean, the thing is that beginners are always the people that get marketed to and get like quote unquote like preyed on. It's who it always ends up being, because if you're not a beginner and you're informed, you're not going to fall for it, right? That's why I'm so passionate about this stuff, especially when we talk about weight loss and the fat loss and the like weight loss industry. And when we talk a lot, like kind of this is a perfect segue for what I wanted to talk about. This is why I'm so passionate about other weight loss influencers. And I've been talking about this for years, but it's when you get a following for losing weight and then you start promoting stuff that I know for a fact you did not use to lose your weight. That stuff bothers me so much. And they promote it as something that helps you lose weight. Like I personally, and then I know people are going to get mad at me, but whatever, I don't care. Like if you are someone that has lost a lot of weight and you know most of your following are people that are trying to lose weight and you start promoting fat burners to those people, dude, I can't with that stuff. It's so frustrating because again, is there stuff in fat burners that actually work? Yes, there's caffeine and all this stuff, of course. But the fact that it's called fat burner and you're promoting it to people that you know, one, have no idea about weight loss, they have no idea about all of this stuff, and you promote something that's called fat burner, they're gonna think it burns fat. Why would they not? And they're going to see you that's lost a lot of weight, and they're going to think to themselves, well, John used it, so I should try it out. I can't stand that stuff, man. I could go on a freaking 30-minute tangent on that, but we're going to move on.
Supplement, whatever, support these people, but at what cost? Like, do you know what exactly it is that you're putting into your body? And when it comes to that kind of stuff, I guess just because of, maybe this is because of NTP school, I don't know, I've become a little bit more hesitant / cautious about what I'm putting into my body in terms of ingredients, just things that I didn't really question as much as I do now. But aside from the health side of things, the fitness side of things, it kind of goes the same with the clothing now. This is something that has boomed in the last couple of years with fitness influencers developing their own fitness wear. I'm sure you guys have probably already heard about all of the balance drama that has happened lately. Obviously, you know, my friend ObesetoBeast did a whole entire video on it. He also went live with the owners. It was a whole thing.
We need to talk about the live just for a second, all right? So I know there's going to be a lot of people that have no idea what's going on. So if you don't know, I would highly recommend you check out my Balance Athletica video that I released. It's a few videos back. That goes over everything. So there was a live stream that happened. So a little bit of behind the scenes. So Laura, who was the subject in my video that gave her statement, she was doing a live stream. I joined in and we kind of just started talking. And then we kind of started talking about the Balance Athletica stuff that was going on, right? So we kind of started talking about that. And then my friend Danny joined. And then Sam, who was another person that used to work with Balance Athletica, joined as well. And we were all just kind of talking, right? And then the owners of Balance Athletica decided they wanted to join. And they did. So I left because you can only have 4 people on Instagram. So I was like, all right, well, this isn't I have no dog in this fight. Y'all, it was so bad. Like, I don't even know it was just so bad. There's videos. If you want to try and find them, you can find them. They're on the internet. I ended up getting way too heated in the live stream because I got back in and I kind of started yelling, and I should have chilled out a little bit, but I really care about this stuff and I get very passionate about it. But it was just really, really bad. And it's like there wasn't any answers. There wasn't any accountability, which is the biggest thing. It was really, really frustrating. So that's what is being talked about there. I know that's really glossing over it, but this video is already long enough as it is. And that's a whole nother thing that I honestly kind of want to just move on from it because it doesn't seem like much is changing, but that's what happened.
I don't really want to get into all of that because that is a big rabbit hole to go down. But it kind of ties into this because this is where I think these things are starting to get a little bit like, I don't even know what the word is I would use for it, but like, just because somebody has a following doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to be the best business owner, the best clothing brand maker. You know, I'm not knocking them for trying, but it's just seemed as of late that a lot of these companies that are, you know, just coming from fitness influencers in general, they just really don't have the customer's best interest at heart. I think where my biggest qualm with it, and this truly does not come from a place of jealousy, because I love when people are successful and thriving and living their best lives, but there is a little bit of a marketing tactic with some of these things. And again, disclaimer, this is just my opinion, but this is what I feel. I have seen so many fitness enthusiasts, influencers, whatever, you know, driving their $150,000 cars, wearing like $6,000 bags. Oh my gosh, I just have to tell you this. I saw this video of like a super popular fitness influencer. She was doing a YouTube video and she was like talking about this haul that she had or whatever. And she's like, yeah, super affordable. This was super affordable. It was, you know, blah, blah, whatever she's talking about. And the thing was like $600 it was a piece of clothing. And she literally said super affordable. And
What? Was it a car? Yeah, I got these super affordable pants. They're only $13,000, you know, pretty good deal. What? How are you so... Okay,
one, I mean, maybe she's just living in La La Land. But number two, this is also, in my opinion, a strategy that people who want you to think that they're very successful use, almost so that you feel bad about yourself, so that you'll want to do whatever it is they're doing. This can be on a really large scale, like celebrities, but it's also happening in the influencer space. And you'll have to let me know if you agree with me.
I would say it's happening more in the influencer space because it's all about flexing. How much can I flex on my followers to make them want to be like me? Because if people want to be like you, they will do what you do, and they will buy what you sell, and they will do what you recommend they do if they want to be like you. So if you flex on them enough, and you make them feel like I'm below this person, let me do what I can to be like them. It's all about flexing on people, man.
Me on this, but I see this so often, and it's like, again, we're only seeing what they want us to see, right? We have no idea if some of these people wearing $6,000 bags are in $50,000 of debt or not. We're only seeing this look, but I think they're using it to their advantage to gain more popularity, this like status. I don't know if there's a proper term for that. But
the proper term is clout. They're trying to get that clout, baby.
Like, you know, wearing very, very expensive belts and shoes and all this stuff that is, in my opinion anyway, aimed to make the general population feel like they're not doing enough so that they'll try to reach the level that that person is at. Does that make sense? What I guess I don't really understand is what is going to happen when social media dies. And this is kind of like, I don't know, this is what sparked the video. I was just thinking to myself, like, dude, what would some of these people do if they lost their following? And I'm not trying to hate on them. Like, I just genuinely want to know what they think about this kind of stuff. I'm not saying that what I'm doing is any better, because obviously, you know, I'm making content and I have sponsorships and stuff like that. Like, I'm not trying to say like I'm better than them, but like some of the stuff with the fitness industry and the way that I'm seeing it going, it's just very like off-putting to me. Like, everybody is trying to get you to, you know, buy their clothing brand, and you know, they want you to think that they are like this perfect epitome of health and fitness. And it's just like,
yeah, I think that's the thing that I've always struggled with personally is like, I don't want you to be like me. I have lots of flaws, you know? Like, I got lots of things wrong with me. So I know all about them. So I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. And so I can't give you advice to be better than me, because if I knew how to do it, I would be doing it, right? So I just try and be like, don't fall down, don't get tricked, don't this stuff. But like, I don't know. I can't tell you to be better than me. I don't know how to do that. If I did, your boy would be, you know, flexing my Rolls Royce on you, maybe.
It's, in my opinion, it's so fake, you know? I don't know. This could just be me being sensitive. You guys know I'm sensitive, and this is just something I've noticed recently. So if you agree with me, and if so, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. But I just wanted to have a little sit down chit chat with you guys. So that's all I have in this video. I just wanted to tell you. So let me know what you think. Give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe. That's all I have.
All right. Well, that's the video. Again, manners, we appreciate it. I thought that it was great. When I watched it, I was on my bike this morning. I was like, I want to talk about this. So, I mean, I agree with everything. I think that it's prevalent very much so in the fitness industry, but it's also very prevalent in the weight loss space as well. And yeah, I think that it's good to talk about it.